you know, conflict mediator.
Yeah.
This guy, he
we're in
spent
a
20
basement.
years. He worked at night in the Princeton Record Exchange, glorified janitor, went down to his basement.
Yeah, you don't have issues.
People didn't hear it.
Yeah.
And he became translucent.
Yeah. How about talking to the guests
You know
about
his
what the
wife,
guest is here for?
on his wedding night, what we heard a lot, the question you heard, is it in yet? Is it in yet?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try to be a little more
We
upscale.
have with us Dr. Michelle Rozen.
Adam, you have some co on your lip.
He tried to, he's not funny. I'm funny, he's not funny. Dr. Michelle Rozen. Kurt doesn't believe it, people do contact me. Dr. Michelle Rozen, conflict mediator, expert, called me. Contacted me via the internet. Anyway, my point is,
Yeah, she thought you needed help.
And she's feeling sorry
At
about
first
it
I
just
heard-
about now.
this woman's a real deal. She has it down to her system. Her resume is quite expansive, and we brought our medical correspondent, Dr.
Chief medical
Dr.
And only medical correspondent.
Vivian Schneidman to start the interview, and we'll just try to intercede briefly and when sufficient.
And coroner.
And coroner, yeah. And medical examiner.
Dr. Schneidman, Dr. Rozen, please.
Well, we've already spoken a little bit. And I will just ask Dr. Rozen to speak a little bit about what she does, because it's really, really interesting and cool.
Okay, thank you. So basically what I do is I work with companies and organizations and a lot of individuals in situations where there is conflict. And I help them resolve that conflict in a non-confrontational way. Most of my practice is divorce mediation. I also work with some companies. And so people come to me when they're looking to get a divorce and they don't want to fight in court. And I think what is interesting about working with these people is that we basically create structure that would help them work together, whatever their differences are, and work together going forward. So let's say that they're parents together, they have kids together, and they're getting a divorce. And so everybody's telling them that they need to fight in court and protect themselves, etc. And a lot of times it causes people to take all kinds of bad decisions. So what I help them do is I help them... Miserable decisions that the kids pay for, and expensive decisions, etc. And basically what I do through mediation is I help them recreate structure where the structure of the marriage doesn't work anymore. And we say, okay, well, you've both decided that you don't want to be married anymore. That is not working anymore. Let's recreate structure in the newly created situation that would help both of you operate in the best possible way, because you have to co-parent these kids together for the rest of your lives. You have to decide what to do about your money and what to do with your debt and how to manage it in the best possible way. And so that allows people to work together with the mediator facilitating the situation rather than work at each other.
Could you talk a little bit about the process in which these people decide that they're actually ready, that it's never going to work out, that they're ready to actually mediate and to get a divorce?
You know, I ask people that come to see me a very seemingly simple question, because I want to make sure that I'm not the catalyst for a divorce where a divorce shouldn't happen. That it's not a marital crisis, that it's actually a divorce-oriented situation. So I ask them, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much do you really want to get a divorce?
That's simple.
Yeah, that's simple. And they give me a number. And you get, it's very interesting because you get the whole picture of the situation through that question. So if one person says 10 or 12, you know, out of 10, and which happens, I've heard all kinds of
Like
numbers.
spinal tap, that's not 10, it goes to 11.
That's like, I'm done, I'm out. And the other person says 0, 2, 1, that's a divorce situation. That means that at least one person checked out of the relationship. If they're at a 10, you know, and above, they're out.
And that barometer usually works. It's heartfelt, it's true.